Uy, kuya, nakalimutan mong birthday ni mama ngayon, no?
Walang problema. Magpapadala na lang ako sa World Remit. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, ha? Ay, lagot. Si mama tumatawag. Happy birthday, ma!
Salamat anak, natanggap ko na ang padala mong pera from World Remit. Akala ko nakalimutan mo na eh.
Siyempre, ma. Ako pa.
Mas masaya at mas exciting ang Pasko with World Remit's TFCX Kapamilya Meetup. Just send money and get a chance to win an exclusive celebrity chat this November. Makipagtsikahan, tawanan at kwentuhan with your favorite Kapamilya stars. May surprise guests and prizes pa na siguradong magpapangiti sa'yo. Sa regalong padala, may regalong kasiyahan. Visit the World Remit microsite for more details.
Hi guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlan. It's really a privilege to be able to do this every Sunday and to be able to meet you guys and, just be there. I know it's hard during lockdown and this is a way of kind of connecting with the Filipino community and is something that's very, very close to my heart. I'd like to especially thank World Remit for your sponsorship and your trust in me, and this has meant that I'm been able to bring this show to you live every week. I trust everybody's enjoying it. Please, can you comment if you have any future guests in mind, if you'd like me to cover any topics. Now, going on to this week, you guys may have seen from my social media, from my Facebook, that I've been eating rather a lot recently, and one of the foods that I've been eating rather a lot recently is spoon and rice. I really can't help myself. It's absolutely awesome. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to John Belmonte, who's the CEO of Spoon and Rice, and we're just going to catch up and let's look forward to this next 20 minutes or so. So hi John, how you doing?
Hi, Malcolm. Good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me once again to your Pusong Pinoy. And I'm very glad and excited to share something about Spoon and Rice.
That's amazing. Thank you. I believe Spoon and Rice is a fantastic addition to the high street. It's great. As I've said previously, Spoon and Rice is literally the home of Filipino street food in the United Kingdom.
Exactly. I completely agree. And the way we see it and the way we feel it is that Spoon and Rice is becoming more than just a business, but becoming a Filipino pride here in the UK, that we are able to uplift the name of Filipinos by bringing and introducing the taste of Filipino culture to the streets and to the public.
That's exactly right. It's been really hard during lockdown for Filipinos. Filipinos love to be hospitable. They love to kind of connect up and meet up, and they like a focus of places that they can be together. And of course, because of the pandemic, we haven't been able to do any of that. We've had literally now maybe 8 months where there have been hardly any, if not any, Filipino community events. As you all know, when you go to a Filipino party, you would eat food. Any Filipino event, you would love to eat Filipino food. And of course, that just isn't possible right now. So literally, I think that your business is really an important tool, an important resource for Filipinos, a focus of Filipinos meeting up and spending time with friends, of course, observing social distancing. But I think now more than ever, your business is very important. But the other side of it is that during the pandemic, there's a lot of lockdown restrictions. So I think it's hard to start up any business. What can you tell me about your journey?
Well, with regards to the situation of that we are facing now, the pandemic, I think being an entrepreneur, I see things beyond what the common people would see. Well, most people would think that, we cannot afford to push into bringing up a new business because of the situation. But the way I look at it, there is an opportunity for us to deliver this kind of service to the public, because this is something that people would really wanted to see at this very point in time. Some people who has the positive outlook, who has the positive views in despite of the negative situation. And food is very important. And lots of people here in this country, whether you are Filipino or European or whatever nationality the people has, there is a need for food that is to be served to every table, and that is where Spoon and Rice is coming into. We would like to present, or we would like to cater to these people by inviting them to come to a very secured and safe place in Box Park, Wembley, and also we do deliveries as well. And despite of possible lockdowns or anything like this in the future, we have some contingency plans that we can actually deliver it to some points here in the UK where people can just go into that place and pick up the food that they have ordered.
And I think you make a very good point, because although physical businesses perhaps during lockdown are not doing very well, i.e. concert venues, cinemas, etc., the fact is the online businesses, be it grocery shopping, be it online deliveries, have absolutely massively shot up. So you have a multifold approach, because you have the physical Spoon and Rice that's there in Wembley. But God forbid, if they were to close down Box Park or something like that, you still have now an established business that you could then make online, and you can still deliver the best food to people's homes. So it's actually a very good time, I think. Here's me thinking, not negatively, but here's me thinking, how can a business do well in the pandemic? But you only have to go into Box Park to see that they've got some fantastic social distancing measures in place. I.e., you need to sign up for a card, a black card or whatever, so that you've already passed the track and trace. You get escorted into the venue. You sit down at a table. You're given a leaflet from Box Park. You scan that, and then you see the Spoon and Rice menu. And for those who are worried about going out during the pandemic, you know, everyone's wearing a mask when they're walking around, so they're practicing the social distancing, and the venue is really strict on that. You know, I was walking along without a mask, and somebody from security said you need to wear your mask, and I think that's what's good. I think you've gone to a venue that seemed to be really prepared for the pandemic and seemed to already have some excellent social distancing measures in place. And you've already teamed up with that established brand, if you like, that's only strengthening your brand.
I actually agree, because if I think the way I look at it, probably the safest place to come out and meet your friends or see somebody is to go to Box Park. First, because they have a track and trace record. You are being escorted to your table. The moment you sat down where your location is, you can order the food straight from your table. It can be delivered straight to you, or you can pick up straight to the till. You don't see lots of people walking around because they are actually seated where they are supposed to be. Compared to any other places that you go, there's no track and trace record. You don't know who's the people around. If there is something happens, you don't know who to catch to, or to get in touch to. So, but here, at least in Box Park, Wembley, where Spoon and Rice is, there is a safety measure that is being in place.
That's quite right. And particularly for Filipino nurses, who I'm sure are really, as we know, and I often always pay tribute to them, they're on the front line. And of course, a lot of the Filipino community here in the UK are those nurses, and those nurses know very well the risks of COVID, and they're talking about social distancing. And it's very good to see that your business is catering for that in a big way, because it still gives people a chance to eat, which is something that we like to do. We like that comfort food. But of course, you're being supported by a company that's practicing social distancing. So I think it's good on all levels.
Exactly. And one thing, as part of our expanded service to the Filipinos and to those who are supporting the Filipino food, is that if there is more limitations in people going and moving around, we will be delivering food in different hospitals close to Bucks Park, like Northwick Park Hospital, West Middlesex, other hospitals nearby. We will be having a van for Spoon and Rice that we will put the orders that's been placed the night before, and we will deliver it to the hospital so that the nurses who are working in those hospitals can just pick up the ordered food at the right time that they can collect it at the service where there is a pickup point where you can see the Spoon and Rice van every day.
That's really good to hear. And, I'm really thankful for what you're doing and grateful. What I'd like to do, if that's okay now, is I'd like to take a quick break. And then when we've taken a quick break, I'd like to speak to the guys from the Philippine Nurses Association. They have a conference next weekend that they'd like to update us on. So we'll be right back.
Uy, kuya, nakalimutan mong birthday ni mama ngayon, no?
Walang problema. Magpapadala na lang ako sa World Remit. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, ha? Ay, lagot. Si mama tumatawag. Happy birthday, ma!
Salamat anak, natanggap ko na ang padala mong pera from World Remit. Akala ko nakalimutan mo na eh.
Siyempre, ma. Ako pa.
The wait is over. The show that you love is back. Pusong Pinoy, angkong ko, Series 4. Sponsor back. World Ready.
Mas masaya at mas exciting ang Pasko with World Remit's TFCX Kapamilya Meetup. Just send money and get a chance to win an exclusive celebrity chat this November. Makipagchikahan, tawanan at kwentuhan with your favorite Kapamilya stars. May surprise guests and prizes pa na siguradong magpapangiti sa'yo. Sa regalong padala, may regalong kasiyahan. Visit the World Remit microsite for more details.
Nice to be back. I just want to make a quick comment about this awesome new advert from World Remit that's in partnership with TFC, where we're going to have the chance to meet our favorite Kapamilya artists. For those of you who are big fans of the Kapamilya artists, when you send money back home to the Philippines, you would even get the chance, there'll be one or two, I think 4 or 5 people who will get the chance for a Zoom call with their favorite celebrity. And I do love that particular advert. Anyway, moving on, I just wanted to introduce the team from the Philippine Nurses Association, United Kingdom, and to welcome them again to the show. We had them feature a few weeks ago, and it's over to you guys. What can you say?
Oh, hello everyone. Good afternoon and magandang hapon to all Filipinos watching in London, and good evening to if there's anyone watching from the Philippines. Thanks for having us, Malcolm.
Thank you so much. Just before we start, I got a quick message from Wayne Howard, and Wayne makes a very good point that there are many other hospital workers within, say, the ICU who are not necessarily nurses. That obviously the healthcare assistants, there's obviously the cleaners, the catering assistants, and I'm sure you would join me in paying tribute to all of the other hospital workers who make up the NHS, many of them, of course, are Filipino as well, because it's a massive team. And I know that we're talking about the Philippine Nurses Association, but I'm sure you would agree it's not just about nurses. I may be wrong, but I believe it's about all healthcare workers who could take part in some way. Can you just say a few words about that?
Totally agree with that, Malcolm. It's never just about the nurses. I mean, with the latest statistics that came out before, there's about 40,000 Filipino healthcare workers in the UK. So I'm sure they're not just nurses. We know a lot of people whose family members have nurses, nurses in the family, has also started working in the National Health Service, in communities and social care as support workers and allied healthcare professionals who also matters. I mean, obviously, the Philippine Nurses Association focus on the nurses, qualified or not, even student nurses or healthcare assistants, but also I'm sure we mentioned it last time with our last guesting that we also work in partnership with Filipino Unite, because we are recognizing the valuable service other Filipino communities provide to the National Health Service in the UK, and giving us the support that we need most, especially in this unprecedented time.
Completely right. And I think we all agree that a lot of the times, for example, a Filipino might leave the Philippines as a qualified nurse. They might come to the United Kingdom, and then their partner might be at home looking after the children or staying with the children for many years. And then you would bring over the partner, and the partner might not be a nurse. So often what happens is the partner becomes a healthcare assistant and is very much part of that family unit. And we've had occasions where healthcare assistants have actually also caught COVID, Filipino healthcare assistants. So actually, as we all know, it affects people on a multi-level. And I'd just like to pay tribute to every single worker in the NHS, not only Filipino, other nationalities as well. But of course, we're here to talk more about the Filipino Nurses Association, or the Philippine Nurses Association. Forgive me, I'm doing so many things online at the moment. But I'd like to welcome the rest of the guys. Thank you so much for joining. You have a conference next weekend. Can you please, one of the other guys, can you tell us a little bit about the conference? Somebody doesn't have sound. You need to
Go for it,
unmute.
Ollie.
Yeah. Hi, Malcolm. Again, thank you very much for inviting us to Pusong Pinoy, and good afternoon to everyone. So this Saturday, on the 24th of October, we are having our first ever World Cafe Convention. It's a very ambitious, and we're hoping it to be a successful event that we will be able to actually provide a convention. As you all know, this year is the year of the nurses and the year of the midwife. Unfortunately, we're not able to have a full convention when we can actually meet each other and be in a big place where we can actually network. So what we have done with our project director, Shello, we have managed to actually put into position a World Convention Cafe. On it, we're actually inviting both national and international nursing leaders from America, from the Philippines, and also from our national leaders here in the UK. So it will actually start with a 4 presentation of posters that has been successfully approved by the Physicians Journal, and all of this research and posters presented on that day will actually be done by Filipino colleagues that we've got working here in the UK. And successfully, we've got one Filipino from the Philippines who have submitted their poster, and they will also be presenting on this day. So it will be a one big exciting event. So we are continuously encouraging everyone, our colleagues, not only here in the UK, but like we've got colleagues in the States, in the Middle East, in Australia, and more specifically in the Philippines to join us. It's a 5.5-hour long event. So anyone, as the same as in any convention, people can actually drop in and out and join. But if they've got the time on Saturday to join throughout the day, that will be very, very good.
Thank you. And if we can hear from one of the others in the group, I just wanted to focus a little bit about the purpose of attending this, because am I right in thinking that as a nurse, you have to do a certain amount of continuous professional development when you go for your revalidation as a nurse? Part of that would be that. And the fact is, this is also going to be a training resource and a learning resource. So I guess this is another reason why our colleagues should attend, right?
Yes, thank you for that, Malcolm. Our World Cafe Convention is actually accredited for 5 CPD points by the Royal College of Nursing, by RCN. So it's actually one good thing about it, it's for free. So any nurse, most especially here in the UK, who would like to acquire those points can join us for free. And they just need to come and be present on that webinar on that day. So I hope they would take advantage of this free CPD from PNA and accredited by RCN.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's really a deep honor for me to be kind of associated with you guys now, involved with you guys now, because as you know, I've been an advocate for Filipino nurses for maybe up to 20 years, and I really try and carry the flag or wave the flag for Filipino nurses. So it really is a great honor. And that's why it's so important for me to have you on my show and to talk to you guys today. So I just wanted to thank you also.
Can I just add something, Malcolm, as what you just said, like you're like having the Filipino heart. Probably just to plug as well, the PNO UK website is now up and running. And with that, thank you, Malcolm, for accepting our offer for you to be one of our ambassadors. And this is a way for us to actually link up to the work that you're doing, and at the same time to actually reach out to the other networks that your program is actually reaching.
I really do appreciate that. I know that you guys have kindly asked me to be your ambassador of goodwill. I was on the tube the other day from Jollibee, and I was just chatting to two ladies who happen to be Filipino nurses, and I was able to tell them a little bit about the PNA and the work, and they said they were members before, but they had already stopped being a member, and I explained to them about the advantages and about the forum and everything else, and that's what I tend to do. The other day I kind of thought to myself, do people think I'm a bit weird that I'm randomly approaching people? But honestly, I do want to promote the Philippines and Philippine culture as much as possible, and that's what it's about. Alex, if you can basically just tell me a little bit really about what people can expect to achieve, or what would be the advantages of joining Philippine Nurses Association before we go back to our main guest today. I think you have no sound. I think you still have no sound.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah, audio.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Nope.
No. So if we can just drop to somebody else, just because of a time thing, if that's all right, and you can just go ahead, Dennis, and you can just briefly tell me a little bit about what people can expect to benefit from joining PNA.
Yes, Malcolm, before that, I just wanted to say as well, when we were thinking about choosing and finding an ambassador of goodwill, there's no one else that we can think of apart from you, really. I know how much you champion the Filipino community and the Filipino nurses in the UK, and we're hugely grateful for that. And in terms of benefits, I mean, we know this year had been really testing for all of us, the unprecedented events that nothing prepared us for, really. I think more than ever, we need to network with all our communities, working and living away from our support network and families from the Philippines. We need to have a united voice in expressing ourselves and fighting for our rights. And even I think the most important thing is for us to network, meet other people, and for us to support each other, really. I mean, we're all anxious about what will happen in the next couple of weeks or next few weeks and months even. I think for my own part, having my colleagues at the PNA UK makes me feel warm in knowing that they will be there to support me, and we will be there to support other Philippine nurses in the UK.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much to all of you. I know you've just kind of randomly dropped into my... Well, you haven't. We've arranged it. But I think it's important because I think we're telling people about next weekend, but also it's nice to hear from you. And I know also that John is very closely associated with nurses himself, having some healthcare businesses as well. So I think it fits in very nicely. And before we go, I'm sure you'll all come down and try spoon and rice in the coming weeks when you have time. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. We're just going to take a quick break.
Uy, kuya, nakalimutan mong birthday ni Mama ngayon, no?
Walang problema. Magpapadala na lang ako sa World Remit. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, ha? Ay, lagot. Si Mama tumatawag. Happy birthday, Ma!
Salamat anak, natanggap ko na ang padala mong pera from World Remit. Akala ko nakalimutan mo na eh.
Siyempre, Ma. Ako pa.
Mas masaya at mas exciting ang Pasko with World Remit's TFCX Kapamilya Meetup. Just send money and get a chance to win an exclusive celebrity chat this November. Makipagchikahan, tawanan at kwentuhan with your favorite Kapamilya stars. May surprise guests and prizes pa na siguradong magpapangiti sa'yo. Sa regalong padala, may regalong kasiyahan. Visit the World Remit microsite for more details.
Thanks so much for joining us again at Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlon. Again, I'm very, very grateful to World Remit. Whenever you send money back home to the Philippines, there is a new sort, well, not a new, but there's a discount that you can go ahead and use. It's called 3 Free, which means your first free remittances when you sign up with World Remit are completely free. So guys, go ahead and send money now. And if you do send money within the next month or so, you can also join this exciting new promotion from World Remit as well. Anyway, guys, let's get back to John. Thanks so much, John. I'm sorry we took a while there, but I really felt that it was important to mention this conference next weekend that's happening. And I know you're a big supporter of Philippine nurses as well, and are closely associated with the medical profession. Just tell me a little bit about your background, if that's okay.
Yes, absolutely, Malcolm. I'd just like to let you know that I am the new sole owner of Comfort Food Services with a trading name of Spoon and Rice, and I am also the CEO and the director of Comfort Group of companies like Comfort Healthcare Services and other comfort companies that we have here in the UK and also in the Philippines. And just to give you a bit background of the Spoon and Rice, considering that I am the new owner of Spoon and Rice, we have changed almost everything from branding to the ingredients of the food. So everything is completely different. And it is, I would say, more of an upgrade in every aspects of it. So basically, the way we prepare the food, it's not purely a commercial way of preparing it. We choose the right ingredients for it, although it's a bit more expensive to buy the actual ingredients of Filipino food. We would rather buy those more expensive ingredients just to be able to deliver the proper taste that every Filipino is looking. So that is the way we prepare the food. And I am very proud to say that the way we prepare the food is in a standard that we do prepare our food from our own home. This is what I'm saying to all of my staff. I want to deliver a food that I myself will eat it. Most people will say that the cleanest food where you can get from is from your own home. That means they're saying that food that's being prepared from the commercial places are not really clean. Well, in that aspect, I would like to say that we can exclude spoon and rice on that aspect because we follow a very high standard in preparing a food, and the way we serve it, it is very on a very high standard. And that is how we would like to present the comfort the spoon and rice food to the public. And yeah, that's the one thing that I'd like to tell you.
I think that's very, very important, isn't it? Because, you know, we all love going to our favorite restaurant or whatever it may be. But the fact is, you know, we just don't know. You know, I even know people who work in the industry and hotels, and, you know, they wouldn't even go and eat there themselves. And that's quite a shame. And I think that's important, isn't it? And the thing is, spoon and rice themselves or yourselves have been around for a while. You know, you may have seen them at various pop-ups, I think, before you became involved. So clearly this is not something that started yesterday. This is something that started for a while now. The brand's been building. You've now got your own branding, etc. But it's something that's on the high street. You know, people pop up all the time and you really don't know their history. But what I can say is spoon and rice have kind of been there for a while now, and now you've brought on these standards and you've put it into your umbrella of companies, which I think is an excellent thing. And of course, you need the standards to be high because it's your name on the line, right?
Exactly. We always follow the principle that we are after the quality of service rather than the quantity, because it only takes one mistake to destroy the name of Comfort Group of companies. So wherever you go, wherever you see the Comfort Company, which is owned by myself, you will always see the quality of service that we deliver, whether from the point of the nurses that are that we are providing to more than 300 private hospitals here in the UK. We have now more than 800 nurses working for us, and all of these nurses, I know them, I've seen them, I've worked with them. So the quality of service is very, very important to us, especially to the food that we are delivering to every table of the customers.
I think that's right. What can you say about Philippine nurses or Philippine healthcare workers, healthcare assistants, or any allied healthcare professional? How have they been sort of, if you like, dealing with this pandemic? And I know very sadly some have also lost their lives as well. And I know it's a very, very difficult time. So what message do you have to our Filipino colleagues, and what can you say about that?
Well, with regards to that situation, I think I would like to take this opportunity as well to tell you that there is a Filipino Unite here in the UK, which I have founded, and I'm also the CEO of this non-profit organization that will help not only the nurses, but every Filipinos who are based here in the UK. We have our hotline where you can get in touch with us. You go to our website, www.filipinounite.com, and we are here to help and serve every Filipinos here. And of course, in line with that, I'd like to emphasize to every one of you that I am a nurse myself. And being a nurse working in the kitchen, you can already imagine how meticulous we nurses are in terms of infection control. And we don't cross-contaminate things, and we are very highly careful in contaminating things, and we make sure that things are done properly, being a nurse and being an entrepreneur in the food world.
Very important. And also because you're also a nurse, people understand about different beliefs, different religions, and have a lot of respect as well. And I like the fact that you're also serving halal food as well. And can you just reassure people who are from the Muslim faith about the preparations you use regarding halal preparation and how that all works, please?
Yes, we completely understand and respect the beliefs of every people. That's why we serve the halal chicken to our customers, and the way we prepare it is being cooked separately. So the other meat that we are cooking are not being prepared same as the halal chicken. They are cooked separately. They have their own utensils. They have their own knives, they have their own chopping boards. Everything is completely different. There's no cross contamination between a halal food and those that are not. So we are highly keeping an eye on that, and we value and your belief, and we respect that.
That's amazing. I'm not Muslim myself, but the fact is I do have a lot of respect for other religions, and I strongly believe there's so many people out there who I've heard might say they're halal, but you don't really know if they're halal. You don't really know what happens in the kitchen behind the scenes. But I like the fact that your reassurance, that you're meticulous in your care in the preparation of this food.
This is one thing that I'd like to emphasize. As a nurse, we value integrity. As a nurse, my word is what I tell you. This is what is the truth. Apart from the evidence that we have right in front of our restaurant, that we have the halal certificate, that the chicken that we're ordering is coming from a legitimate suppliers with proper halal certificate, and it is being displayed right in front of our restaurant. So those things we are supported with documents, and my integrity would tell you that whenever we say that it's halal and it's being prepared properly and accordingly.
That's great. Thank you. I just received a text. I'm really sorry about this, but I just wanted to say hi to my very good friend, Jackie. I've known Jackie for a long time, and you may have even seen me, perhaps yourself, but I used to work for an ambulance service for about 6 years. And I was driving to various hospitals with my colleague Jackie, and we met so many Filipino nurses and had so many conversations with Filipino nurses. But she just sent me a text saying, "Can you sort this out?" And yes, Jackie, you make a very good point. I probably need to have sorted that out. I'll be honest, I've got to say this, I didn't iron my shirt, and that's because I never iron my shirt. I'm not very good at that. When I pick up a shirt, I just kind of like drip dry it and kind of wear it. And she just sent me a text saying, sort out your shirt. I think it's great. It's flowery. I like to wear flowery things, but Jackie, I can't get over that. You've really put me off. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you very much. We're going to take a short break now. When we come back, we'll join you again. Thanks so much for watching Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlan.
Uy, kuya, nakalimutan mong birthday ni mama ngayon, no?
Walang problema. Magpapadala na lang ako sa World Remit. 1, 2, 3. Oh, ha? Ay, lagot. Si mama tumatawag. Happy birthday, ma!
Salamat anak, natanggap ko na ang padala mong pera from World Remit. Akala ko nakalimutan mo na eh.
Siyempre, ma. Ako pa.
Mas masaya at mas exciting ang Pasko with World Remit's TFCX Kapamilya Meetup. Just send money and get a chance to win an exclusive celebrity chat this November. Makipagchikahan, tawanan at kwentuhan with your favorite Kapamilya stars. May surprise guests and prizes pa na siguradong magpapangiti sa'yo. Sa regalong padala, may regalong kasiyahan. Visit the World Remit microsite for more details.
Thanks so much once again for watching Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlan. Again, thank you very much to World Remit, and thank you to everybody who's taken part in this show, and to everyone who's kind of been responsible for bringing this to what it is today and for helping me in this journey. Going back to John, can you just tell me a little bit about when you came to the UK, why you became a nurse, just a little bit about you and your history, if you don't mind?
All right. Yeah, I came here in early 2000, and I started in Northern Ireland, and I moved here in London, and then I work in Imperial College and Hammersmith, Charing Cross, and as I go along, I've started to do some agency shifts, and I thought and I realized I really have to put up my own agency because I really have the blood of an entrepreneur, and I can't settle for anything less. So I started my own agency back in 2013, and now we've grown so successfully, and we have more than 300 private hospitals that we are providing services. And I have developed different companies here in the country. One is that something that I cannot mention, just out of just to prevent conflict from your sponsor. I also have Comfort Food Services, which is the Spoon and Rice, and also the Filipino Unite that I've established to be able to help the Filipinos here in the UK.
I really respect that, but I think, is it the fact, and I don't want to be critical at all of nurses or any nurse, but is it the fact that maybe when you sometimes deal with any agency worker, there may be some agency workers who maybe couldn't do nursing full time? Maybe they're not so good, maybe they're late, maybe they're not reliable, maybe they don't have those certain skill set. So they would randomly show up at a hospital. And I know, having been an inpatient in hospital several times, that you really don't know who you're going to get as that agency nurse. You might get someone maybe whose skills are a little bit rusty, but they're still working for the agency. And I'm sure perhaps you've had that experience, which is maybe why you've gone ahead and you've set up this agency, because you say you personally know the skills of the nurses. You want nurses who have good skills. There's lots of reasons why people go into agency work. Sometimes it's because of childcare issues. Sometimes it's because maybe they've semi-retired. But I'm sure if you're, for example, a charge nurse in a central London hospital and you ask for an agency nurse, you might not like the agency nurse that you might get. Is that the case, with the greatest respect to nurses in general?
This is what makes Comfort Healthcare Services different from any other agencies here in the UK, because the fact that I am a nurse myself, and I've worked in different areas, almost every departments in the hospital. I've worked in ITU, I've worked in HDU, I've worked in the wards, I've worked in the outpatient department, theaters, recovery, anesthetics. All of these areas I have worked, and we do scrutinize every nurse that we have, that we questions those relevant questions that are pertaining to their department. So that's why we like personally cater the nurse that is being sent to every hospitals. That build our reputation very, very high, because of the consistency and the precision of every nurses that we send to every hospitals. And we also value the reference being sent to us by those people who've worked to these nurses, and therefore combined with the knowledge that we have clinically to bringing all these very high quality nurses, that made the Comfort Healthcare Services set on a very high standard of providing nursing care to every hospitals. And we became one of the top 3 suppliers of medical professionals in some group of hospitals here in the UK.
I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Anyway, getting back to Spoon and Rice, I think since it's opened, I've been there 3 times so far. And each
Yes.
time I have to say the food is absolutely fantastic. I know when I visited last night, you very kindly gave me some lumpia and some
Turon.
turon. So I probably ate a little bit too much. But I have to say, I know your chicken is marinated for 24 hours and it's quite simply delicious. Even the skin of the chicken is really, really tasty. Why do you marinate it for 24 hours? And what can you tell me about that?
This is the way Filipino prepare the food, and it has to be marinated properly so that the taste is really deep into the meat and it becomes juicy and the flavor is very, very rich. Because if you don't marinate it properly, you don't put the right ingredients, it will not bring out the magic of Filipino taste. So this is the Filipino culture taste that we are bringing to every taste buds of every Filipino who are here in the UK. And this is what we can guarantee you. The moment you bite the food that we serve, it will bring back all the memories that you have in our home country.
That's amazing. And you also have a vegetarian option as well, which I'm really pleased about. What do you offer in terms of vegetarian food?
We do have aubergine, adobo aubergine, which is cooked in a way that you are eating vegetable and yet the taste of the adobo is there. You know, adobo is like our national food. So we have the option for those who are halal prefer. They prefer the halal. Those who are vegetarian, turon is our dessert of choice for those who are vegetarian as well.
That's really amazing. Can you tell me about the kind of customers who are visiting you? How many would you say are Filipino? Are there other nationalities? Can you just tell me very briefly a little bit about that?
Well, we are so proud and we are so happy to say that there are loads of different nationalities coming to us and asking for food, and we are just really amazed how these people knew about our food. They would ask for adobo, they would ask for turon, they would ask for all this kind, and the one few people would say, this lady said, I never eat banana in my entire life and I don't eat banana, but because of this turon I now eat banana. I only eat turon in terms of eating banana. So there's lots of different nationalities coming to us asking for our food, and we always get 100% thumbs up to all of our customers. And you can see from our snapshots the reaction of every person tasting our food. The magic is there. You can see that there is really a big into their emotions the moment they tasted our food.
Amazing. Thank you. I know that in terms of actually reaching you, to actually get to you, I know you have on your advertising, it's a short walk from Wembley Central, but I actually came to you for the first time, and I actually used to work at Wembley Arena and Wembley Stadium for many, many years, both in the old stadium and in the new stadium. And from Wembley Central, from me, it's a little bit more of a walk. So how I get to Box Park is this. I go from London Bridge, which is my major train station. I catch the Jubilee line on a 20-minute journey to Wembley Park on the Jubilee line. And then simply when you get to Wembley Park, you just walk down the stairs along Stadium Way. You have Wembley Stadium facing in front of you. And it's literally a 2-minute walk from the station. So for me, that's my preferred way of navigating my way to you. And I'm sure you would agree.
Absolutely. It is so easy. They have strategically placed the location in a way that people can access it easily. And one thing that is really a plus to Box Park is that most Filipinos, they love shopping, going to the outlet store. Outlet store, the Wembley outlet, the signature outlet, is just 5 minutes walk to the Spoon and Rice Wembley Box Park. So you can go down to Wembley outlet, do all your shoppings, and the moment you felt hungry, just walk 5 minutes and look for the Box Park, go inside, and you'll see Spoon and Rice there.
Completely right. It's such a trendy area. And,
It
I've
is.
got to be honest, I haven't been back home to the Philippines now for over a year and I miss it dearly. And we all know the reasons why people can't really visit at the moment as foreigners. But what I would say is this, when I was sitting there last night listening to the live band at my little table and you've got spoon and rice there and you've got a really nice vibe, it's like being back home in the Philippines. It's really, really trendy.
Exactly. We want to let the people feel the spirit of Filipinos, that we serve food with big smile in our faces, very welcoming, we're very accommodating. That makes the Filipino different from any other. Whether you're a nurse, there's always a proper the high level of care, the high level of generosity, and the way we look after each other. And this time, this is our opportunity to show every people, every nationality, that we are not only confined in medical fields, but also in this hospitality services.
That's amazing. I'm really grateful to you for taking the time out of your busy Sunday. I know right now you'd probably be at Spoon and Rice, you'd probably be interacting with customers. So I really do appreciate the time that you've taken. And I'm very sure that we will hear from you in the future. As I said, I've been there 3 times. Hopefully you've got my loyalty card.
Yes.
Loyalty card. Maybe you should do that. Maybe you should do a loyalty card.
We will have a loyalty card. Yeah, but just before I carry on, I just want to correct you on that one thing that you said I'm supposed to be in Bucks Park this time, or helping some business. To stand you corrected, I am supposed to be going out with my family, because every weekend, Saturday and Sunday is my family day. So I am a busy man. I work Monday to Friday, focusing on all of my businesses here in the UK and in the Philippines, but I value my family time. So I make sure that I give time. I come home in the evening, sit down with the family, we eat together, we talk. I just want to emphasize to all Filipinos who would like to go into the entrepreneurship world that above anything else, we're doing all the businesses not for anybody else, but for our family. But please don't forget to prioritize our family. Actually, right very after this webinar that we have, we will go straight to Sherlock Holmes in Baker Street to bring my kids there, and we will be walking around. So I can't wait to come out with my family, because this is something that I have dedicated to my kids and my wife.
I really appreciate that. The same with me. My family is also very important to me. And of course, I do this show on a Sunday because I know a lot of people are at home. It's the Filipino day off. But likewise, I think spending family time is so important. Spending time together as a family,
Yes.
Eating together as a family, and hopefully in Spoon and Rice as well.
Exactly. My kids would love, they always say, "Oh, where do you want to eat our lunch?" And they would say, "I would like to have the chicken adobo, the grilled chicken in Spoon and Rice." And my daughter would say she would love the grilled pork belly. So there you go.
Nice.
We eat our own food that we serve to other people.
Thank you so much. Maraming salamat for your time.
Salamat
I
po.
really do appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll be in touch soon. And, no doubt you'll come and visit our show again.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Malcolm, for inviting me. I really appreciate your help and your support to every Filipinos. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Maraming salamat. So, guys, thank you so much for watching Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlon. Thank you very much to John Belmonte, who's the CEO of not only Spoon and Rice, but also Comfort Healthcare and other businesses. And I believe even in times during the COVID pandemic, he's gone ahead and he's taken that leap of faith and started his business, or at least strengthened his businesses. And I think that's absolutely amazing. So all credit to him. Next week, we're going to be taking a slightly different direction and focusing on a charity that helps out in the Philippines as well. So I'm looking forward to the next episode of Pusong Pinoy. I'd also like to thank the Philippine Nurses Association, United Kingdom. You can catch their conference next Saturday. Please message me, guys, if you have any thoughts about what direction you'd like our show to take, if you have any guests in mind, even if you'd like to guest on our show, please contact me. In the meantime, maraming salamat po, mabuhay Pilipinas, and thank you for watching Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlan.
Mas masaya at mas exciting ang Pasko with World Remits TFCX Kapamilya Meetup. Just send money and get a chance to win an exclusive celebrity chat this November. Makipagchikahan, tawanan at kwentuhan with your favorite Kapamilya stars. May surprise guests and prizes pa na siguradong magpapangiti sa'yo. Sa regalong padala, may regalong kasiyahan. Visit the World Remit microsite for more details.
Uy, kuya, nakalimutan mong birthday ni mama ngayon, no?
Walang problema. Magpapadala na lang ako sa World Remit. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, ha? Ay, lagot. Si mama tumatawag. Happy birthday, ma!
Salamat anak, natanggap ko na ang padala mong pera from World Remit. Akala ko nakalimutan mo na eh.
Siyempre, ma. Ako pa.
Hi, we're Fourth Impact, and hello to all the viewers of Pusong Pinoy with Malcolm Conlan.
Thank you for always supporting Fourth Impact, and please, you can download our new song, No More.
And all digital platforms.
Yes, and you can follow us on all our social media accounts. Just type Fourth Impact, and everything is verified. So,
Thank you.
God bless everyone. Keep safe.